Well, with that, we are heading into a game. Quincy, Rebel, thank you very much. Coach Tim, welcome back in. Game 2, and Saigon Buffalo looking not only for the 2-0, but to lock in their spot for the VCS Spring Split playoffs.
Yeah, they can finish it off here, and I'm here to bring you some insights on the Udyr, because I've actually been watching some Challenger queue in NA, and there's one person in the world right now that is spamming Udyr on a pretty high level, and that's Malice. And he's been playing that in Champions queue and absolutely dominating. It's a champion that in the early game still is really annoying in 1v1s, can play really aggressive and punish really effectively. So I'm interested to see if he can do that in this game. I think also he kind of forces Desire to maybe go for the crit build and not for the poke build, because if she goes poke build, there's a real possibility that if Udyr gets ahead, she will never kill him, ever. And she has the Ahri, so it's probably poke build, so I'm not sure if the Udyr dies.
Well, let's see if BJ can get ahead. BJ had a phenomenal game in Game 1. So much aggression. Dredgeline onto Palette. That means that he can't jump back onto Celebrity, but Saigon Buffalo don't quite have the damage just yet, but another great Dredgeline from Taki. Palette with nowhere to go. The Igniting now stays alive. Taki flashes forward and will pick up first blood, but Celebrity wants vengeance on Shogun, but Shogun just kiting away, and Taki dishing out the damage. Shogun just needs one more. This time the Dredgeline misses, but Saigon Buffalo will be happy nonetheless to pick up first blood.
And we're back to Winter Spit Palette. This guy is sprinting it as quick as possible. He wants to get out, has Hot Date waiting, and it just makes sure that he dies level 1. I'm not sure what he's doing. I mean, he's a level 1 Yuumi, just face thinking Nautilus. No idea what this guy is thinking. But in the end, he gets massively punished for it. I think he also skilled Q, not E, on level 1. So if you want to trade aggressively, usually you do skill E at level 1, but... yeah. By the way, at Rebel Fox, nice shuriken flip.
For God's sake. Okay, we've got the coach Tim who just wants to be flaming right now. Okay, so this is how it went badly. To be fair, I'm surprised how quickly that hook came off cooldown for Taki.
Yeah, I mean, Altus hook doesn't have that much damage, and then also I think 2 Qs were actually missed from Celebrity, which could have changed a lot onto Shogun. Of course, like Zaya Q is a pretty slow spell, so it's hard to hit. Here we see Taki going for another play.
Oh no, this time it's not the BJ story, it's the Taki story. Great roam, now looking for 2T. That Dredgeline will be off cooldown soon, but the event horizon means that there's nowhere for 2T to go. And Game 2 is starting fantastically well for Saigon Buffalo.
Yeah, they're once again dominating the early game, and this time it's Taki and BJ both being absolute monsters. And we talked, Quincy talked a bit about this mid lane matchup not being too great for the Ahri. Well, the matchup is good if Ahri can get ahead, because then she can perma one-shot the Vega, but same is true for the Vega. If Vega is ahead going into level 6, he can always one-shot the Ahri and really put the pressure on. So I'm interested to see how the mid lane matchups develops, especially with the tier build coming in for the Vega. Means he's going to take a bit longer, but be stronger in that mid game.
And now BJ looking towards the bottom side. Taki steps up and it's just the Titan's Wrath straight down onto Celebrity. Hooks onto Palette and BJ is left with defeating the cat. Celebrity will fall at the hands of Shogun. BJ will take down Palette. 4-0, Saigon Buffalo lead 4.5 minutes into the game.
I don't want to be that guy, right? And SBTC, they can come back. But... to quote Niski here, go out quick. I mean, this game is... So there are 2 members that can't get ahead, right? You can't have the Jinx coming ahead, you can't get the Udyr coming ahead, because Udyr will not die if he goes ahead. Both are already ahead, and both are already really strong. And you're playing against Poke Zaya, which will fall off in the late game, so... I'm not really sure what is the win condition for SBTC. It's probably top lane. It's going to be the Gwen with the Yuumi together that can maybe turn team fights, but it's not going to be easy because Jinx is such a menace in team fights that I would be really scared if I was SBTC at this point.
Well, how do they get back into this game? You quoted a former NA professional mid, so I'll quote a former NA professional mid. I'm going to quote Jensen, DDoS. Now, DNK is on the run. Asmed is looking... But DNK will be able to get out of this one perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's going to be DNK and Emperor in top lane and jungle, who together with that Yuumi can be very strong in team fights. That can turn around the game, but Hazmet is looking and...
He doesn't need the shuriken flip. I know what you were gonna try to say there, Tim.
I mean, I have to do it to him, right? And
You have
DNK
to.
though,
Okay.
being top lane, no flash for Hazmet, so he should be dead.
The smoke screen.
Oh my
Flash.
god!
Oh no!
No!
Oh no! DNK, you didn't just do that.
Okay, DNK doesn't have a good day.
No. I think we've got to blame Rebel again because I think he must have been thinking that DNK would have a good day. That's why DNK's playing badly.
Yeah, I mean, what was that? I mean, he didn't have a great game last game, and then starting this game off with that, oh boy.
Oh. It's not a positive start for SE. 5 kills to 0. We thought that maybe the perfect game would come when Gam played against a Luxury without Killer Queen. Maybe it'll come through this game as BJ has a little look, but I think BJ, maybe you want to go as that event horizon gets put down, not when the event horizon disappears.
I think they both basically agreed that they couldn't really kill the Ari. She was too deep in the lane, and BJ just wanted to cross to do this Drake, to get the first Drake, to start stacking those very early. It's a Cloud Drake first, which means that one of the bad Drakes is already taken off the board. I know there's another one that is really bad. Mountain Drake, probably next one, to make sure that there's a good soul coming. Am I right?
And Taki says, what you couldn't do, DNK, I can. Oh my god! What was that dredge line? The Ignite ticks down. Froggy gets the kill. That dredge line was insane, Tim.
Taki's just on one today. I mean, this guy just doesn't let off, and we can see he's just running down everybody, and Hazmet in top lane has a real chance of killing Emperor here.
Well, Hazmed looking for the play. Emperor has already used the ultimate. Hazmed goes back in with a perfect execution and picks up the kill.
And of course the emote to follow it up for maximum mental damage. That's really important to just break them further down in the game. Celebrity now looking with Paladin bot lane on towards Shogun.
Oh, and Celebrity does not get tanked up by those flame jumpers. And Celebrity gets a kill. Okay, well, the perfect game can no longer happen. And it's a kill going the way of Celebrity. The start of the comeback might be way too bold of a statement to say.
It is a bold statement, but one that I think has to ring true for the side of SBTC, because I mean they have to use every kill now effectively. The Goldie is already 3,000 gold, and Herald is being taken. That is going to be a huge boost as well in gold, most likely if it's placed perfectly, and just means the first turret. So it is so risky, and specifically Hazmet in top lane. Well, I said Emperor has to be one of the people that has to facilitate the comeback. He's not really helping.
No.
The situation right now. So it's gonna be hard.
Emperor's not had the best of times, and this time Emperor can't even say that he's been camped by BJ because I don't think BJ's looked top once yet. It's actually just been DNK who
no, DNK. No. DNK wasn't top lane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no. Oh no, the flash forward. Oh, okay, that dredge line didn't land. That charge comes through. I see what BJ was going for. Oh, pardon me. I see what Taki was going for, but a bit unfortunate with that one is what I'll say.
Every single time, okay, Shogun in mid lane has to be careful.
When does he drop the charm? There it comes, and Tutti will pick up the kill. I said it was the start of the comeback, Tim. I wasn't joking.
So every time I said somebody has to be the comeback, or has to be strong, or has to be, or is a good player, right? They have inted it massively.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I said that.
I said Emperor and DNK have to be the comeback. We see Emperor dying twice in a 1v1, and then DNK flashing into a wall. Say Taki's a good player, immediately flashes into a wall. So I should just shut up and not talk, I guess.
Froggy killed Tutti. How that happened, I don't know.
Yeah, but in top lane we also saw that another shuriken flip missed and hit a minion.
Oh, for God's sake.
I have to do it to him, man. Just because of Rebel. Just because of Rebel. Blame Rebel.
Right. I won't do that. I'm just gonna blame you for it, to be honest. Okay. 8 kills to 2. Let's take a serious outlook on this game for a second before we go back into the memes. As B&J did look for a play in the bottom lane, but DNK was there seemingly, and B&J forced away. It is 8 kills to 2. We're talking about a 3.5k goal lead for the side of Saigon Buffalo. They got the first Drake. They got the first Rift Herald. Most things are going their way, but Celebrity has been able to find a kill. Tutti got a kill, but 3 deaths as well. I feel like SE need to be playing around this bottom line, trying to get a bit more goal towards Celebrity.
Absolutely, and they're doing it right now. I mean, we see the Graves sticking around in bot lane, and we see a very particular Graves build as well coming in this game, the Stridebreaker Graves, we look back at how 2T died.
Well, I feel bad for 2T because he's not in a 1v1 against the Vega. He's in a 1v3 against Froggy, his jungle pal of BJ, and his support pal of Taki, who's in mid more often than he's in bot lane.
Yeah, and on the other hand, still the Jinx is 10 CS up, so he isn't really missing in bot lane either. I know I also shouldn't talk anymore.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what happens when you've got a Yuumi support. It's not like you can really push your lead a lot. Yes, we did see Celebrity getting that 1 kill, but that's when Shogun got caught out, not when he was in a 1v2, if that makes sense.
Yep. I mean, he just got trapped in a bush and then run down. And the Yuumi usually, at this point in the game, I would already expect basically running around with the jungler, right? Sitting on DNK, not really sitting on Celebrity anymore. And that's how you roam as a Yuumi. You don't... Usually we say so often you roam with support and jungle together. Well, we mean that quite literally when we have a Yuumi in the game. They just move together as a unit. And DNK already pretty decently strong. Once the Strikebreaker is going to be finished, he is going to be a very, very strong champion and is going to look for more engages and stuff. So I hope the Yuumi is just starting to move out of bot lane very soon.
Yeah, and, well, you know things are going bad for 2T when he's had to pick up the Merc Treads early on as an Ahri. And, well, that's to stop some of that CC duration of the Event Horizon, stop some of Froggy's damage, the CC of BJ and Taki as well.
Yep, and we see first items already being finished on 4 of the members of Saigon. On the other hand, only Desire has finished her Eclipse, so there's a huge lead right now that Saigon can just use to force their advantage. They're doing it by using a Drake. No cross-map play coming from DNK.
DNK is waiting. He's got flash available again as Emperor goes in, and now DNK shows himself, but Emperor's already dead. The Ignite ticks down. Hasmed gets the kill. Perfect execution. How did that not hit? And it's a 2-4-1. Hasmed eventually falls, but that was really nice. A sidestep right at the end of the collateral damage. That was insane.
That was absolutely insane, and even if he doesn't hit his shuriken flips, he's still great on the Akali. He is VCS's Akali player. I think everybody just associates the champion with him, and he is showing why he is regarded as one of the best Akalis. And absolutely dominating that top lane, getting multiple solo kills, and now the 1v2 outplay. It's actually not a strike break, it's a Guard Drinker on the Graves, something I have personally not seen yet.
And I just want to see how close Hasmed was to getting hit by that Graves ultimate.
That was really close.
Honestly, I want to get a pixel-in-pixel kind of view of that.
Yeah, just tell me how many pixels, because I think that was 1-digit pixels right there for the sidestep. And honestly,
I think if he's a Nautilus, he gets hit by that.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Nautilus gets hit and hits everything anyway, so it is pretty easy. And Emperor, they're not letting off, man. Just trying to dive again.
Saigon Buffalo saying, Emperor, you remember game 1? Well, we're doing that against you in game 2. Hasmed gets the kill. The tower aggro juggle really nicely plays in the bottom side. Froggy getting the kill onto Shogun. Oh, pardon me, Froggy getting the kill onto Celebrity. And Shogun will get the kill onto Palette. 2 more kills for Saigon Buffalo. And if you thought game 1 was not a stomp, game 2 is definitely a stomp.
Yeah, and Froggy and Shogun just played at 2v3, by the way. They just played 2v3 and won massively. And yeah, I mean, FF, right? Like, how does Saigon win? How does SBTC win?
Well, they don't. Saigon have to lose, right?
Yeah, Saigon has to lose. Saigon has to do mistakes. It has to be Akali maybe getting caught in side lane. It has to maybe BJ overextending the fight, just getting shut down, and maybe even the Vega getting caught by a charm or something and just getting one shot on high range, because it is not going to be easy to kill any of those champions, because Akali, pretty tanky and safe with her W, of course. Then you have Udyr, that is a full tank, and we have the Vega that always has the Event Horizon, just make sure to keep himself safe. And then you have Taki and Shogun in the bot lane as well, who have some zone control and a lot of damage to their name.
So for Saigon Buffalo, they just need to make sure they keep taking things sensibly. Just keep on building their leads as Taki. You can tell that he's fishing for that dredge line. In fact, he wants to dredge line so much that he just dredge lines to a wall anyway and begins his descent into the jungle just to get down some vision.
Yeah, and BJ is immediately here to back him up once again. If the NTA goes over this wall, can be really, really risky for him. We see often these teams grouping up around mid lane, trying to force vision into the enemy jungle. That's very hard to do if the mid lane tier 1 is still standing, which for both sides is the case. So taking that mid lane tier 1 turret will be the target for both of the teams in the next minutes, and specifically the upcoming, I think there should be another Herald coming, right? No, it's actually already been taken.
Oh,
BJ has it. So he's probably going to be taking that Herald and putting it towards that turret, and we see it right now. Play's actually coming in immediately.
Yeah, all the objectives going the way of Saigon Buffalo. And just a reminder, in terms of playoffs, this game will lock Saigon Buffalo in for playoffs. SBTC won't be out of playoffs, but it's going to become a lot more difficult for them to get it, as the Rift Herald has fallen. BJ channeling his inner ego. Meanwhile, Husband just gets a solo kill onto Emper. That happened inside Emper's own base walls. And now D&K being engaged on the rockets are flying from Shogun. So much damage. Event Horizon will get the lockdown, and Celebrity will fall. The Zap tanked up by a minion, and Palette will be able to reattach to D&K. And
BJ is really angry. This guy just flashed forward on towards the Quadrink Graves, and just nothing happened to the Graves really. So the Uri is a bit angry right now, but maybe has to go back and chill a bit. But again, bot lane could be attacked, but you see BJ standing around his laners so much, just making sure they can't be caught.
Oh, that event. Oh, wait. Did that actually land? Okay, no, it didn't.
No, he just made us believe.
Maybe it was a placebo. He was like, oh, I got hit by that. I'm stunned. I can't move. And they was like, oh, wait, no, I'm not. I can. It's fine. This is how Emper died.
Yes. On the other side, 2T survives barely, but it isn't enough. And now we see, look at the bear flashing. Like, what?
Yeah,
but it is Event Horizon is enough, and yeah, it's so hard for them to do anything. They don't have the damage, they don't have the CC, they don't have the playmaking to potential to get back into the game. It has to be Saigon just throwing, but they're just forcing Drake after Drake after Drake, making sure to not drop any of those objectives, to not enable any objective bounties to be taken, just slowly grind down the game.
Like, I know SE have been able to get 3 kills this game, but this feels like a perfect game. I don't even think Saigon Buffalo have dropped a tower play. He sidesteps the charm! No way Hazmed just did that! That is ludicrous! He goes back in, Shuriken flips over the wall, still trying to outplay the 1v2. Has that perfect execution available, and SE will play it safe, and Hazmed will retreat to his inner tower.
Yeah, I mean, Hazmed is just on one, and we can really see him outplaying that very effectively in a 1v3 even. I mean, technically, Emperor was around as well, and they tried to force with 3 people. You see peeing back in to save his own turret, making sure that that not even can be taken. And great play so far from Hazmed, but overall, I think from everybody in Saigon's team, they've all been playing really well. Even Shogun, who has the 2 deaths, really doesn't have to be too angry. He is the Jinx. He is the easiest target by far to kill.
Saigon Buffalo on the wrong side here, but the Hex Tech gates coming through. Taki looking for the play. Hazmed coming from the other side. Hex flashing over the wall. Taki finds CC. Depth Charge will find a 2-man stun. The Shuriken flip misses from Hazmed, and Emper will be able to find 1 kill. Now Emper in a 1v1 with Hazmed, but going over the wall, and SE will take their kill. They'll take the blue buff, and they will retreat.
I mean, Hazmed and his Shuriken flips are an ongoing story throughout this game.
Thing is, I love how this started as a meme and now it's an actual valid criticism.
Yeah, it is actually. 2T going in towards Shogun with the Yumi ulti on top just means that the Jinx is dying immediately. That's what I meant when I said Jinx is the easiest target to kill. She is immobile. She did have her flash, didn't decide to use it. Keep it for the next team fight, for the next Drake coming up, or even the Baron that's going to be up in 2 seconds.
Or the next game. So this is how it all pans out. Maybe we'll get a slow-mo of Hazmed's Shuriken flip. No, we must have a fight going on. Hazmed gets the solo kill onto Emperor. Fair enough, dude.
I love how he misses all the important Shuriken flips, but it just doesn't matter. He stomps lane anyways.
Okay, Tim, have you ever seen Naruto?
No, actually not. I mean, barely.
I haven't seen it either, but there's a character in there who's got training weights, and he like drops the weights, and it like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. That's what Hazmed is doing. Hazmed is Rock Lee, whatever the hell his name is, and he's not allowed to land Shuriken flips in this game.
Okay, I mean, that's something hard. I mean, we've seen it with some champions. that they just don't skill certain abilities in this game. He actually hits the shuriken flip, and that means Emperor just dies immediately.
Yeah.
Well played from Hazmet. And I mean, that you see what happens when he actually hits them. It's immediately over. People die.
He just heard, retrospectively, our casting was like, no, I just need to show them. I know I said I wouldn't land a shuriken flip this game, but here, I'll land one just to show what I'm actually capable of. Easy kill for him, and now he's going to put the training weights back on.
Yep, and we see Hazmet on the flank. He's looking for the backline, maybe for DNK, shutting down their jungler.
Well, 2T is already dead. Again, Hazmet, there you go. Shuriken flip can't land as the training weights are in effect. He just dives on in with a perfect execution. Taki lands the dredge line onto DNK. DNK does not have enough damage to get through that Nautilus, and 2 more will fall. The jungler dies, and Palette has no one left to sit on. And Palette will fall as well. Oh, the event horizon dropped down. Emperor with nowhere to go, but Hazmet taking a few feathers, and Emperor and Celebrity will be able to retreat.
Yeah, and just well played from Saigon overall. They know they start the Nash, they bait on their enemies, and then just play it slow, play for the turn. They don't have to force it down. They just can play for the turn. And Froggy, yeah, it's just Vega things, you know? It's Vega things.
That's not even a Dark Harvest Vega.
No.
How?
That's fair, right?
Observers, I don't know if you can hear me. I've been able to manifest this once before, but if you could please show us how many stacks Froggy has on that Vega, I would be thankful.
I can tell you one thing. He has 19 pages in the book, which obviously is already enough
Wow.
to absolutely dominate. And yeah, I mean, that's Vega scalings for you. His W, I think, skates 1-1. His ultimate skates 1-0, so that's like massive scaling. So once that AP comes in, you just absolutely annihilate people, and you saw that right there. And with the Everfrost as well, it's just so easy to hit, right? To just hit the Everfrost, which isn't that hard of a skill shot to hit, and then just kill the target outright. And that's just first event horizon, gets the ulti from Xayah, and second one just means her death immediately. And bot lane now.
Froggy's got a golden. Will Froggy fall? He flashes away, turns his attention towards DNK. DNK looking to dish out some damage, but not nearly enough. The Ignite ticks down on Froggy, and Froggy just stays in his safe red buff spot. A Celebrity will fall, and there's 4 more kills to Saigon Buffalo. A triple kill for Taki, and Saigon Buffalo unscathed.
Yeah, this game is just absolutely terrible for the side of SBTC. They're not finding any advantages, not any good plays. Every single time people come out, Froggy there at 250 HP maybe. That's a good ult to take from a Celebrity to really shut him down, but he's just not getting close enough and making sure that this Vega survives. That the 1,000 gold shutdown is staying with Saigon. They're just taking 2 inhibs and maybe more, but I don't think they will actually get the base.
Well, they're taking 2 inhibs. They're also taking any pride that SE still had left, because this game is dominating. And we talked about in Game 1 how these are the only 2 teams who have been able to take a game away from GAM. And Saigon Buffalo are showing that they are far better than SBTC, and that SBTC will not be taking Saigon's playoff spots. SE can still make playoffs, but Saigon Buffalo will make it, and SE will have to try to beat Flash in secret later on in the regular split.
Yep, and here we can see also what Vega Jinx does, but at first we see a fight in top lane.
Yeah, 2T is practically already out of this fight. It's a good blade caller, and Hazmet will fall, but SGB will clean up the fight nonetheless. A 4-4-1, a double kill for Shogun, and Saigon Buffalo just going to push through in the top lane. Meanwhile, Froggy marching the wave in through the mid lane, and he might join the rest of his team in the top lane momentarily.
No, I think the rest of his team is actually joining him. They're moving in. They want to take the Nexus right now. They want to finish the game. They still have the Nash buff to buff up those minions, and that should be the second game. That should be the 2-0 for Saigon Buffalo.
Yeah, it's just been an absolutely dominant display from Saigon Buffalo. They'll move to the Nexus, and Saigon Buffalo will lock in their spring playoff spot.